Hey traders, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can use the Pinescript to make your own custom supply and demand trading indicator. And this video is going to be a bit longer, but it will be very interesting because you'll learn how to detect the supply and demand zones correctly onto the chart. So without any further ado, let's get started. So first of all, we need to clear the concept of what supply and demand zones are and what are their conditions. So basically there are four types of supply and demand zones, and the two types of the demand zones are rally based rally and drop based rally. And in this one there is a very big bodied bullish candle, then there is a base zone, and then again there is a very big bodied bullish candle, and we're gonna use Pinescript to detect this type of zone, and the demand zone will be drawn at the high and low of this base region. Similarly, this is the drop, base, and then rally demand zone. So here we can see the rally candle. So these are the demand zones. Similarly, the supply zones are drop base drop, so in which there is a very big bodied bearish candle, then there is this base zone, and then again there is this very big bodied bearish candle. And the rally base drop, that would be this one here. That is, the first one is a very big bodied bullish candle, then a base region around which the supply zone will be drawn, and then again there is a very big drop candle. So these are four types of supply and demand zones, and there are certain conditions that you need to follow while programming this indicator, as we'll see in the video. So now let's get started. Let's go to the Pine editor, and here again I'm gonna go ahead and paste the code line by line and explain what's important so that my time is not consumed writing the code. So let's get started. Also, before proceeding further in the video, I have a very special announcement to make. We have made a dedicated forum for traders like you. So what you can do is go to the forums.forexb. You can search on Google forexb forums, and then from here you can go to this first link, and here you can go and register for this forum, because registering for this forum would give you these benefits. First of all, there is a dedicated section for Pinescript and Pine Wizards, and you can go ahead and share any strategies, indicator, or educational tutorials with other traders, fellow traders, so they're able to learn from your knowledge as well, and you can learn from theirs. And also, I am actively participating in this forum, answering any queries you might have and sharing the code of the indicators that I make. So the code of this supply and demand indicator, I'll also post it in the indicator section, and then you'll be able to go ahead and copy this code from here as well. I'll put the link to this code in the description of the video. First of all, we're going to go ahead and define the function. We're going to go ahead and call it supply and demand zones indicator. We're going to detect these four types of zones, and then overlay is going to be true. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to find the body to wick ratio, because as I said, let's take this example. First one, there is this rally based rally. So in the rally based rally, the first candle is a very big bodied bullish candle. Then there is this base candle. It kind of looks like this. And then again, there is a very big bodied bullish candle. So how do we differentiate between the big bodied and small bodied candles, or the base and the rally and drop region? So that can only be done using a body to wick ratio, which gives us the ratio of the percentage of the body with the total range. So when we get this ratio, then we will use this ratio to determine whether a candle is a big bodied or a small bodied base candle, and then we'll define a threshold that we'll use to measure that. So let's go ahead and talk about this function here that we have defined. So this is a body to wick ratio. We're giving it candle open, candle close, candle high, and low, because we're going to use all these for calculating the body to wick ratio of one candle. So here we are, first of all, getting the body, that is the open and close difference, and we're using the math.abs so that we only get the magnitude, not the negative sign if there is. And then we are gonna get the wick, that is candle high and candle low minus the body. So when we already have the body and we get the total range, then what remains is these wicks. So we're gonna get the body and wick, and then we're gonna calculate the body to wick ratio. That is, ratio is going to be wick should be greater than 0. If that is, then we want the body divided by wick, and if the wick is not greater than 0, then we just want to return 0. So we're at the end, we're going to return the return the ratio for this body to wick ratio function. Now this is done. A lot of our work is already done, because now what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and use this function to calculate the body to wick ratios. And after that, we're going to go ahead and define the threshold for calculating the big rally and base region. So the threshold for rally and drop candles is 0.7. So we want the body to wick ratio of rally and drop candles to be above 0.7 or 70% of total range. So what this means is the 70% of total candle will be the body of the candle, and then remaining 30% or less can be the wicks. So this one here would not qualify as a valid rally candle, because the wick is above, as we can see, 50% visibly. And similarly, for the base region, we want the body to wick ratio to be below 30, like in this candle here or in this one here. And this cannot be the base candle, because its body to wick ratio is definitely above 0.3. So here, or 30% of our range of the candle. So this is how we define the threshold. Then we're going to go ahead and define a candle range function, and that candle range function is going to give us the range. So C range is going to be candle high minus candle low, and then we're going to return the candle range. Now let's go ahead and define the conditions for detecting the rally base rally and rally base drop and all those supply and demand zones. So I'm going to go ahead and explain one in very detail, and then rest I'm going to just go over them, because you'll be able to understand what's going on in those zones as well. So first of all, let's go ahead and define the rally base rally bullish zone. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and call in the body to wick ratio function, and then what we're saying is the body to wick ratio of this second last candle. Let me just go ahead and find a rally base rally demand zone, so that we are talking about so that you can understand it as we talk about it. So let me just go ahead and find one relevant information. Let me just go ahead and draw it using the pencil. So let me just go ahead and move it a little bit upward, and then here. So the rally base rally will look something like this. There will be a very big bodied candle, bullish candle. Then there will be this small base candle. And then again, there is going to be a very big bodied bullish candle. And the demand zone will be drawn at the high and low of this base region. So in our condition, this candle is the candle 0 or latest candle. This is the 1 and this is 2. So what we're saying is body to wick ratio of this 2 candle should be greater than the rally drop threshold, that is 0.7, and the candle should be bullish. This candle should be bullish. Similarly, body to wick ratio of this candle should be below the base region threshold, this one here. So the 1 candle should be below the base region threshold, and also it should be bearish. Okay, and body to candle range of this 1 candle, this candle's range should be less than this candle and this candle. So what we want is the base region candle's range should be less than the ranges of the rally, both rally candles in this rally base rally zone. And at last, we want the body to wick ratio of this latest candle to be again greater than the rally drop threshold. So the 0 candle should be a bullish candle, and its body to wick ratio should be again above 0.7 or 70% of overall range of the candle. So I hope you understood the concept or the condition that we define. And now if we go ahead and paste the code for the drop base rally, that code is going to be very similar. And here we can see that the body to wick ratio, we're again calculating the body to wick ratio, then we are defining all of the conditions. And for the base region, actually you really don't need the type of the candle. So what we can do is we can skip this part here. So for the base region, we really don't need the type of candle. It can be either bearish or bullish. The only thing is its threshold should be below the base ratio threshold. So I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this part and also delete this part in this case here. So if you have any questions, comment down below, or you can also join our forums that I'll let you know at the end. And let me just go ahead and paste this again as well. And this is the drop base drop, and similarly this is going to be rally base drop. So these are both supply zones and these are both demand zones. And again, let me just go ahead and remove the type of the base region because we really don't need that. So all our conditions for rally base drop, drop base rally, and drop base drop have been defined here. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to plot these zones onto the chart. And since we have defined custom conditions, then we can go ahead and check if the candle is, because for each zone we have defined a specific function, a custom function. So if this function returns true, we want to plot a label of rally base rally, and then we also want to plot a box. And we are going to do this for all. So is drop base rally is a drop base drop, or is a rally base drop? So then what we can do is we can go ahead and add this to the chart. And once we add it, you'll be able to see that it starts to plot the rally base rally, drop base rally, and all the zones. So for example, here we can see that there is the formation of this rally base drop, because there is this rally candle, then there is this base, and then this drop candle. So this one here is the supply zone. Okay, similarly this is the demand zone, that is drop, base, and rally. So you can see, using the conditions, we are able to correctly plot the supply and demand zones onto the chart. And I'm just go ahead and show you a supply zone or a demand zone in working as well. So after the creation of this rally base rally demand zone, what happens is we would put the pending buy order at the high of this zone. We put our stop loss here, and then here we can see the market coming back after the creation of the demand zone to pick the pending orders, and then we can see the market moving in the bullish direction. This is the raw supply and demand indicator without any confluences. If I can show you, like I can add much more confluences as well, but since I just want to put you on a track and let you try what confluences you can use and all the things. But if you come across any difficulty or come across any questions, I'm here to assist you with that. So I hope you understood the concept, and I hope you like this video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. I would love to answer them. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.